Hello parents, warmest greetings from UAS Vietnam Talent International School. I'm mentor teacher David McCracken and I hope both you and your children are staying safe at the moment.
Hi, I'm Rosie Doyle, an English teacher at UTS. Today, we've got the opportunity to offer you some insights into how you and your family can use the MAP Growth Report to understand your child's progress.
And lastly, I'm Will Kopacki. I'm also a mentor teacher here at UTS. As you watch this video, please keep a few things in mind. First, since this is the first time that your child has taken this test, the results and data are not as robust as they can be. However, as your child takes more tests, the data will become clearer and we can help you paint a better picture of how we can help your student in the future. Second, also understand that these tests are basically the same as a student in the US would be taking. So, please do not be overly concerned with the results just yet. If your child did well, great. If they didn't do as well as you expected, that's also okay. We're here to help you guys out. And we're here to help your student more than anything. So, without further ado, let's have a look at these test results.
Hello again. Before we go into details, I would like to remind parents something about NWEA. NWEA is a non-profit organisation which has been providing MAP tests in more than 145 countries all over the world. NWEA specialises in providing support to students and educators with detailed information about the academic progress of students. In this school year, UTS students took the MAP tests twice, fall and spring. The MAP Growth Report comes with 3 items: MAP Test Glossary, Family Report and Progress Report. MAP Test Glossary provides the terms used in the MAP test for a better understanding of parents on the reports of your children. We would like to ask parents to read thoroughly the glossary as it will be helpful when we go over the reports later. Family Report. This makes it easy to see not only how your children are achieving, but also how they're growing. We also have a few guiding questions for parents. What is this report? It's a summary of how your child is performing academically, measured by 2 recent MAP growth tests. What is MAP growth test? It's a test that adapts to your child's response in real time to measure your child's skill level. Why is my child taking the MAP growth test? It helps teachers check students' performance by measuring achievement and growth. Teachers use these results to tailor their lessons and set goals for students next year. What do achievement and growth mean? Achievement: how well your child has learned skills in a subject compared to students nationwide. Growth: a measure of your child's personal progress over the year. What is a RIT score? The overall score of a subject based on the RIT scale. This indicates how your child has performed in a subject.
After the questions, we'll go into details about how to read the family report. You'll notice there are 2 lines on the graph, a solid line and a dotted line. The solid line on the graph represents the student's actual scores. The dotted line represents the NWEA standards as a national average. These are the typical scores for each grade level, subject and season for students who took MAP with NWEA. We'll take one example for explanation. We had a 4th grade male student who took the MAP test in fall and spring. Let's take a deeper look at the reading section. This student's score last fall was quite a bit below the dotted line from NWEA. Over the course of the year, the student showed fantastic growth in spring, up to 21 points. his current score puts him in the 6th percentile, which means that his score was at or above the level of 6% of other 4th graders in reading, according to NWEA. While this may not be an ideal situation, it is also important to look at the second metric, which is growth. This achievement data tells us how the student is doing each time he or she has taken the test. Fall, 158, and spring, 179. To get a more complete picture of this student's progress, we can also look at that growth over time. The growth section shows this student's family that he's in the 92nd percentile for growth in reading, which means that he grew as much or more than 92% of similar students across the country. This is something to get excited about. The report also includes projections, which tell us how the student is likely to perform on future assessments. This linking study correlates data from NWEA. Here, it predicts the student will be below standards, but this gives families and teachers information on how we can support the student. Parents can go and apply the same method to read results for other subjects on this family report. The end of the report lists some helpful questions for families and teachers for next school year, such as, does my child need extra help in any specific areas? And when will my child's progress be measured again? These kinds of questions can help you get a more complete picture of your child's growth and development plan.
Okay guys, now that we have a bit more of an understanding about the family report, let's have a look at the student progress report. Here, we're looking at a MAP test report of a 4th grade student in math. We can see two similar graphs, which represents the 2 times that the student has taken the MAP growth test this year, in the fall and the spring. We can also see the student RIT projection, which is the score that the student may achieve if he takes the math test again next fall. Okay, now, let's have a look at a graph. We can see that there are 3 separate bars on the left side of this graph. A blue bar, an orange bar, and a yellow bar. The blue bar indicates your child's RIT score. The orange bar compares your child to all of the grade 4 students at UTS who have also taken the MAP test. And finally, the yellow bar compares your child to the global average of MAP test takers. So, for this student, we can see that he did above average at UTS and is right on par with the global average. For a non-native speaker, that's quite impressive. Under the bar graphs, you'll see performance goals. It quickly breaks down the various sections of the test and the descriptive range students achieved according to the data of NWEA. The possible descriptors are low, low average, average, high average, and high. As you can see, this student achieved a high average on the numbers and operations section, but slightly below average on the measurement and data section. Now looking at a reading graph, the same understanding will be applied for other subjects in the progress report as we did for the math. Now, there is also one more piece of specific information in the reading section called the Lexile range. The Lexile range is a quantitative measurement that is based on both reading and text difficulty. Lexile is a trademark of Metametrics, Inc. This range helps identify appropriately challenging books, periodicals, and other reading materials for the student. Below, we'll share a link about the Lexile range to all your parents so you can have a look for yourself.
Thank you parents for your patience to the end of this video. At UTS, we always appreciate your input, understanding, and support.
We'd like to remind all parents, please encourage your children next year to take the MAP test seriously and try their best, because it's not just a tool for them, but a great tool for us as well.
And finally, please feel free to reach out to us should you guys have any more questions or need any more information. Thanks for watching. See you next year.
Come and see for yourself how we grow talent with care. UTS, growing talent with care.